People ask me, like, how do you study? So one of the things I try to do is make sure I give people close to me their time, my wife, people around me, and then either early in the morning or when people are asleep at night, just try to get a few hours in of study. Especially for those of us who studied overseas, like, you're not going to be able to keep up that same intensity that you had, when you were there. But learn to appreciate the incremental growth that you can make, the small gains that you make, and that really leads to even greater gains in the long run.
حرف وشبهه من الصرف بري وما سواهما بتصريف حري وليس أدنى من ثلاثي يرى قابل تصريف سوى ما غير. Right, so I'm going to read that until I have it back in my head like I did in the days when I studied with my teacher. This is a book, that deals with Arabic grammar and morphology. And then what I do is I explain it to myself in my language, and then I explain it to myself in Arabic, and make sure that I have examples for each rule that I read. And this right here is a masterpiece, منهاج الوصول إلى علم الأصول of Al-Qadi al-Baydawi in Usul al-Fiqh. We studied this for 5 years in Azhar with the explanation of Imam Isnawi. So I'll go back to one of the chapters and review it. So this is Al-Faslu al-Awwal fi al-Mujtahidin wa fihi masail al-Ula يجوز له عليه الصلاة والسلام أن يجتهد لعموم قوله تعالى فاعتبروا يا أولي الأبصار ووجوب العمل بالراجح أنه أشق وأدل على فطانة فلا يتركه ومنع أبو علي وابنه لقوله تعالى وما ينطق عن الهوى قلنا مأمور به فليس بهوى ولأنه ينتظر الوحي قلنا ليحصل يأس عن النص أو لأنه لم يجد أصلا يقيس عليه. So for example, I keep reading it until it's fresh back in my head again. And that's very, very important, especially for the brothers and sisters who are thinking about becoming serious students of knowledge. You got to put the work in. Like always learn something new. You know what I'm saying? Don't think just because you came back from Azhar or wherever, there aren't people that can teach you in your city. So wherever I go, I always try to find someone I can sit with and study with so I can continue my professional development in my education. So I'd already memorized the Quran. I had the narration of Imam Asim from Hafs and Shu'bah, but I always wanted to learn the other 7, so I started about a month ago with my teacher, and this is one of those core books, Hirz al-Amani of Imam Shatibi, Matn Shatibiya, and here you see those 2 lines at the very top, right, 95 and 96, those lines, right, I'm going to read it right now 5 or 6 times until it's back and it's locked in. Right? So there's a few things, some simple advice for the brothers and sisters serious about studies and those who are coming back from overseas to think about. That is number 1, always find some time after you've served your family and your friends and you've done kind of all your responsibilities to review the core subjects that you studied with your teachers. Number 2 is to find new teachers no matter where you live in America, and learn from them and humble yourself, even from your classmates who may have come from the same university or same system you did, but maybe they specialized in something that you didn't know. So I remember Sheikh Sohail Mullah in Los Angeles, he had ijazat in the book Nukhbat al-Fikr of Imam Ibn Hajar, and he has an ijazat in Umdat al-Ahkam of Imam al-Maqdisi. So when I meet him, even though I graduated before him, I'm like, man, I want to learn from you. I want to learn those things that you learned that I didn't learn. And that's how you really, as a student and as a content provider or imam, you get back to the community. And for those of you who are seeing nowadays, this easy access to suddenly being seen as someone as, I really want you to understand, look, I'm wearing reading glasses, subhanAllah, because my eyesight is bad, because I read so much in my student days, mashallah. I really want you to be able to appreciate, knowledge is not just about likes and camera and channels and attention and conventions, man. If you're really, really true to this, you're going to push yourself. You're going to study as hard as you can every day. It's like a professional athlete. You're working out every day with the knowledge that you have, especially the Quran. You're staying humble, right? You're staying humble, and then you realize that this is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you find a lot of joy in the knowledge, right? It's not about fame. It's not about attention.
It's about everything you learn should be drawing you nearer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and making you a better husband, better father, better imam, better person in your community.